Raise your hand, please. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give on the matter?
Your full name?
I'm Jeffrey Edward Epstein.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
Does the fact that Prince Andrew, past U.S. Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson and David Copperfield were all involved in Epstein really make it strange? Does making them Jeffrey Epstein's clients seem all suspicious and really uncomfortable to crack the truth? It has also come to our senses that Jeffrey Epstein holds a lot of power and a seemingly mysterious person overall. When he is connected to SpongeBob's address and his appearance in a drone's footage really shook the world's news. Let's explore more on this case to know more about Jeffrey Epstein and his dark, true secrets. Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Here we talk about shocking facts, interesting conspiracy ideas, and news that will blow your mind. Put down your popcorn and settle in for another shocking story. Guys, just so you know, this movie might be upsetting or uncomfortable for some people, so be careful. There was a lot of talk on social media recently about Jeffrey Epstein, who is one of the richest people in the world and did some bad things. Epstein took advantage of his money. Many girls who were too young to be with him. A lot of important people were involved in the case. Both Jeffrey Epstein and his ex-girlfriend Maxwell were found guilty of several counts of people.
Epstein's underage girls. Prosecutors say that she recruited and groomed 4 girls between 1994 and 2004 for Epstein, her longtime associate and former boyfriend.
Several victims under the age of 18, according to documents made public in early January 2024. Epstein was caught girls under the age of 18. Predator. What's even more shocking is that dozens of Epstein case files show that some of his famous clients were Prince Andrew, Michael Jackson, David Copperfield, and former U.S. Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. Epstein, a millionaire who used to work as a partner at Bear Stearns on Wall Street, had a successful business called J. Epstein & Co. His business quickly became popular because it took care of client assets worth more than $1 billion. Epstein started committing crimes after this success. Epstein was very wealthy, so he bought many properties at very high prices. One of these was his own island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, which he named Little St. James. That's a funny name for an island, in particular when it comes to the billionaire's case.
From the air, opulence is on display. 2 pools, perfectly manicured beaches lined with palm trees, surrounded by turquoise waters. Tourists snorkel here daily to check out the turtles near the now infamous island.
Epstein used the island, which he bought for a very high price, for joy, lust, and even crimes against many underage women. His ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is the daughter of British media mogul Robert Maxwell, helped him do these things. One of the victims, Virginia Giuffre, who is also a plaintiff in the case filed for Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, said that the high school girl thought she had been paid to massage her. I really don't remember how I was asked to get there. I don't remember exactly how I was proposed to get there. I was just there and suddenly something bad happened to me, she said, adding that Epstein took her clothes off the first time they met without her permission.
He came to New York to break up with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, come on. I'm calling BS on this because that's what it is. He knows what happened. I know what happened. And there's only one of us telling the truth, and I know that's me.
Numerous horrible things happened on the island, and the dozens of Jeffrey Epstein case files show that there were also the names of famous people like Prince Andrew, Michael Jackson, David Copperfield, and former U.S. Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton.
The list mentions around 150 people, including politicians, celebrities, friends, business associates, and alleged victims.
Most of these well-known people have sued for claimed defamation in connection with the Epstein case, especially being seen in Epstein's island. If a person's name is on this list, it doesn't mean that they are being accused of doing something wrong with Epstein. There are names of people who were addressed briefly in court proceedings. However, is it true that these important people have nothing to do with the Epstein case? Or do they want to hide the crimes they have done over the years by using their power and authority?
That Epstein Black Book. You had Bill Clinton, you had Donald Trump, you had all these
Bill Gates.
Billionaires, billionaires, celebrities, they're all lying. He was the CEO of Elite Crimes Incorporated. And then he in jail.
The Jeffrey Epstein. It's very unclear what happened after Jeffrey Epstein in August 2019, because Epstein reportedly himself by hanging himself in a prison cell in Manhattan while he was waiting for his trial for trafficking and being a predator to hundreds of women who said and testified that he abused them. Many conspiracy ideas started to go around after the news of Jeffrey Epstein's. One of them came from Donald Trump, who has known Jeffrey Epstein for more than 15 years and is his friend. A comedian named Terrence K. Williams tweeted a conspiracy idea on Sunday, which Trump then shared. Terrence said Epstein knew something about Bill Clinton in the tweet. Terrence shared a picture of Bill Clinton and Epstein on social media, along with a short video. On 24/7. Yeah, right. How did that happen? Jeffrey Epstein had information on Bill Clinton and him. Now he's. I see the Trump body count trend, but we know who did this. RT, if you're not surprised, Epstein, Clinton body count, Clinton crime family.
Accused trafficker Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Officials say the disgraced financier died by taking his own life while awaiting trial in a New York City jail cell. His body in that van you see there seen heading for the medical examiner's office.
According to papers that came out 4 years later on January 4th, 2024, Epstein was found to not have any major signs of attempted, which is another strange thing. Epstein was being supervised by a psychologist at the time because he had tried to himself a few days before and got hurt. But according to a story from the Associated Press, AP, Epstein said he wasn't thinking about committing. To a jail psychologist, he said that ending his wonderful life would be crazy.
Jeffrey Epstein had a previous attempt about 2 weeks before his that he was placed on watch, that he was on a psychological evaluation, and yet there were corners cut. There were supposed to be 30-minute rounds and checks by the guards assigned to look after him, and that they failed to do so.
Was the of Jeffrey Epstein planned ahead of time? Due to the horrible acts of two ex-lovers, Maxwell, 61, is now in jail in Tallahassee, Florida. In December 2021, a jury in Manhattan found her guilty on 5 counts of recruiting and grooming 4 girls to be abused by Epstein between 1994 and 2004.
Ghislaine Maxwell here in New York. Maxwell found guilty on 5 of 6 counts related to abuse and of underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
It didn't stop the kite or the claims that Maxwell might have been the mastermind behind Epstein, though. Maxwell, who is the daughter of the late British media mogul Robert Maxwell, said in her appeal that authorities were using her as a scapegoat for Epstein because public outrage demanded that someone else be blamed.
Maxwell is serving 20 years behind bars for those crimes. Her lawyers say she was a scapegoat after Epstein's apparent jail death before his trial.
It was true that this person was accused, but Maxwell's own father, Robert Maxwell, had also been found floating in the Atlantic Ocean near the Canary Islands 12 years before this. In that moment, Maxwell's company was about to go bankrupt, so he chose to end his own life by committing suicide. In an interesting turn of events, Robert Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein's lives are linked by Ghislaine Maxwell, Robert Maxwell's daughter. She went to New York soon after Maxwell and met Epstein there. What a deal. This is a very interesting accident. Still, do you think these two events happen at the same time in a strange way? Or is it a way of planning what will happen? Include a comment below. But what did really happen when are the well-known people whose names were linked to the Epstein case really capable of being the ones who faked the billionaire? For example, Epstein asked to be taken off watch, which adds to the awkwardness of. It's also not clear why the police just gave in to Epstein's request when he was found asleep in his cell with cuts on his neck a few weeks ago. We also don't know why Epstein was locked up alone in his cell on Friday night, the day he was discovered. Also, why the guards didn't check on him more often, as was required and what was normal in prison. Because Epstein knows the whole truth, it's possible that these people are customers who also use the services that Epstein and Maxwell offer, or there are still names of other important people who are hidden but help him do bad things to many young women and are forced to commit premeditated against Epstein to keep their secrets safe. What do you guys think? Is Epstein's passing strange? Or is Epstein not strong enough to stay in jail for a horrible crime? And a change in lifestyle. A life that used to be full of socialites is now empty and quiet behind bars. Undiscovered things in Jeffrey's Epstein files. Since their location was the exact same spot they created themselves, Jeffrey Epstein's island, Ledges of Little St. James appears to be connected to SpongeBob's address, 124 Conch Street, Bikini Bottom. What's more shocking is that Jeffrey Epstein has a list of celebrities as his customers, which are very vile and illegal for him and the customers to engage in. Here is the list of Jeffrey Epstein's customers, which includes a number of well-known celebrities, including Bill Clinton, Stephen Hawking, who should have been punished for his participation in an illegal underage orgy, David Copperfield, Michael Jackson, who was noticed in Palm Beach, and many more. Furthermore, drone footage caught Jeffrey Epstein in a camera on his island, which is terrifying news for the society. Additionally, drone footage shows him talking to his employee while still alive. He immediately noticed the drone when his employee pointed it out and fled the scene by jumping into the car to avoid the drone's camera. Given his reputation as a strong and influential figure, it appears that the government has faked his. His island was observed to be undergoing maintenance, which is another reason why society found it strange and highly suspicious. Those are some of the ideas that some people have about how Jeffrey Epstein. The truth has been purposely hidden, and I don't know what it is. Only the officials and the names of the important people who were dragged alone know it.
You know, one of these powerful men pay a prison guard to him. I don't know.
Case is ripe for conspiracy theories.
Wasn't or it was faked.
Now you know the shocking news from the rich world. How they feel when they have money and can buy anything they want, even lying about everything to get the story they want. I'll see you in another movie where I talk about more crazy news, creepy facts, and conspiracy theories. See you later.